he's now in a mix where he's getting more first-team reps. I want to be very interested and intrigued to see what he can do with those reps. And who knows? If he keeps performing.
What can Shedeur do? I think it's important to see what he can do this season, because if he's good, then maybe you have your franchise quarterback.
And yet he has found himself in maybe the only situation imaginable where I would be arguing he's got to play. He has found himself with Kenny Pickett, who is not an NFL quarterback. Flatly not an NFL quarterback. We have seen it every chance he's had, every opportunity he's had to play. Flacco, who I just think if you're the Browns, what are you doing? Why?
Unless they think they can actually make the playoffs.
And the fact that whatever those training camp stats are worth, and maybe it's next to nothing, it's not nothing, and it's not 0% that they're worth. And every time we show him, he's at least in line with everybody. And so I just think
generally better.
I think there is.
I agree with Haslam in that obviously you need to see what your rookies can do. And I do think they think of Gabriel as like a backup, like a career backup maybe.
You know, I've been at camp every single day. I got a lot of respect because his game has really stepped up. He's shown a lot of growth in knowledge of the playbook, shown some maturity, handled not getting reps very well. Everything he's asked in the press conference, he's answered well. And now, with injuries, because things happen.
I'll say just have a deeper level of understanding, because I know whenever I get my opportunity, I gotta maximize it. So that's something you have to change in the mentality standpoint, and the mental standpoint is okay. I just gotta think about what I could do to get better.
Picture this. A rookie quarterback walks onto the practice field for his very first day with the NFL's first-team defense. Within hours, seasoned NFL experts are calling for him to start immediately. Myles Garrett, one of the league's most feared pass rushers, declares he can go toe-to-toe with anybody in the league. This isn't fantasy football. This is Shedeur Sanders' reality. And what happened next has the entire NFL world buzzing. I'm about to break down exactly why experts believe Sanders has already earned the starting job, the shocking stats that back up their claims, and the one factor that could fast-track him to franchise quarterback status faster than anyone imagined. What we're witnessing with Shedeur Sanders isn't just another rookie story. It's a masterclass in how to seize opportunity when it matters most. While most rookies spend their first training camp learning the playbook and adjusting to NFL speed, Sanders has done something extraordinary. He's not just competing, he's dominating conversations among experts, teammates, and coaches alike. Today, I'm diving deep into the 3 game-changing moments that have NFL insiders convinced Sanders is ready to lead right now. We'll examine Nick Wright's bold declaration about why Sanders should start immediately, Chris Broussard's urgent call for the Browns to unleash their rookie, and the jaw-dropping endorsement from Myles Garrett that's sending shockwaves through the league. But here's what makes this story even more compelling. Sanders' response to all this pressure reveals a mindset that separates franchise quarterbacks from career backups. Stick around, because the final insight from Jerry Jeudy will completely change how you view rookie development in today's NFL. Nick Wright didn't just praise Shedeur Sanders, he delivered a masterclass in quarterback evaluation that left no room for debate. When Wright declared that Sanders deserved to be the starter, he wasn't making a hot take for clicks. He was methodically dismantling the competition with surgical precision. And what he revealed about the Browns' quarterback room should terrify every other team in the division. Let's start with Wright's devastating assessment of Kenny Pickett. He is not an NFL quarterback, flatly not an NFL quarterback. Wright stated with the kind of conviction that makes you sit up and pay attention. But here's what makes this analysis so powerful. Wright didn't just throw out an opinion, he backed it up with cold, hard reality. Pickett has had multiple opportunities to prove himself as a franchise quarterback, and every single time he's fallen short. Wright pointed out that we've seen Pickett in crucial moments, in games that mattered, with weapons around him. And the results speak for themselves. The man simply hasn't convinced anyone, not coaches, not teammates, not fans, that he's the long-term answer. Then Wright turned his attention to Joe Flacco, and this is where his analysis gets really interesting. Despite Flacco's Super Bowl pedigree and clutch playoff performances, Wright dismissed him with a simple truth. His time has come and gone. Now, you might think that's harsh for a quarterback who's proven he can win on the biggest stage, but Wright's reasoning is sound. The NFL is a young man's game, and Flacco, while experienced, no longer possesses the physical tools or mobility needed to elevate a franchise. Wright's assessment wasn't personal, it was practical. But here's where Wright's evaluation gets fascinating. When he addressed Dylan Gabriel, he acknowledged the young quarterback's potential while highlighting a limitation Gabriel simply cannot overcome: his size. Wright wasn't being cruel. He was being realistic about what it takes to succeed at the NFL level. Size matters when you're facing 6'4" pass rushers and trying to see over 6'6" defensive linemen. Gabriel might have all the heart in the world, but in Wright's analysis, heart alone won't be enough to secure a starting role in the NFL. This systematic elimination of the competition set up Wright's knockout punch. Shedeur Sanders wasn't just the best option by default. He was actively earning the role through superior performance. Wright dove into the training camp statistics, and while he acknowledged they might not carry enormous weight, he made a crucial point. It's not nothing, and it's not 0% that they're worth. Every time those numbers surfaced, Sanders was either leading the pack or matching the best performances. Whether it was completion percentage, decision-making under pressure, or overall efficiency, Sanders consistently outshined his competition. What made Wright's analysis so compelling wasn't just his criticism of the other quarterbacks. It was his recognition of Sanders' consistency. This wasn't about one spectacular practice or a single impressive throw. Sanders was delivering day after day, showing the kind of reliability that separates starters from backups. Wright's final verdict was clear. Even if Sanders hadn't been performing exceptionally, he'd still be the logical choice to lead the team. Chris Broussard didn't just analyze Shedeur Sanders' potential. He issued an urgent call to action that revealed something profound about how elite talent evaluators recognize franchise-changing ability. When Broussard urged the Browns to put Sanders in and let him prove what he could do in real game situations, he wasn't making a casual suggestion. He was identifying a once-in-a-generation opportunity that could define the franchise's next decade. Broussard's assessment of Dylan Gabriel was particularly revealing and brutally honest. He didn't dance around the issue or offer false hope. He stated flatly that Gabriel seemed more like a career backup, not someone who could lead a team as the starter. But here's what makes Broussard's evaluation so insightful. He wasn't just offering his personal opinion. He pointed out that the Browns organization itself wasn't considering Gabriel as their starting quarterback, which tells you everything you need to know about how the team views his long-term potential. When your own organization doesn't see you as the answer, that's not a perception problem, that's reality. This is where Broussard's analysis becomes fascinating from a strategic standpoint. He recognized that the Browns were in a unique position where they could actually afford to take a calculated risk with Sanders. Unlike teams that are desperately trying to salvage a season with veteran quarterbacks, the Browns had the luxury of developing their rookie while still maintaining competitive expectations. Broussard saw this as the perfect storm for Sanders to prove himself without the crushing pressure that destroys many young quarterbacks. But Broussard's most compelling argument centered on the concept of franchise quarterback identification. He emphasized that if Sanders shows what he's capable of during real game action, he could very well be the franchise quarterback Cleveland's been searching for. This wasn't hyperbole. This was recognition of how rare it is to find a quarterback who can actually elevate an entire organization. Broussard understood that the Browns have been searching for their franchise quarterback for decades. cycling through veterans and draft picks without finding that special combination of talent, leadership, and clutch performance. What made Broussard's call so urgent was his recognition of timing. In the NFL, windows of opportunity open and close rapidly. Teams that hesitate to develop young talent often find themselves stuck in mediocrity, constantly searching for the next solution instead of developing the one they already have. Broussard saw Sanders' early success as a clear indicator that the Browns might have stumbled upon something special. And his message was clear: don't waste this opportunity by overthinking it. Broussard's analysis also revealed his understanding of how modern NFL development works. Gone are the days when rookies needed 2 or 3 years to contribute meaningfully. Today's college quarterbacks come into the league more prepared than ever, and Sanders' performance suggested he was ready to handle the complexity and speed of NFL defenses immediately. Broussard's call wasn't reckless. It was recognition that Sanders had already demonstrated the mental and physical tools necessary to succeed at the highest level. When Myles Garrett, one of the NFL's most dominant defensive players, declares that a rookie quarterback can go toe-to-toe with anybody in the league, you don't just take notice. You recognize you're witnessing something extraordinary. Garrett's endorsement of Shedeur Sanders wasn't casual praise from a supportive teammate. This was a calculated assessment from someone who faces elite quarterbacks twice a week and knows exactly what separates the great ones from the pretenders. Think about what Garrett sees in practice every single day. He's going up against Sanders in one-on-one situations, testing his pocket presence, his decision-making under pressure, and his ability to deliver accurate throws while facing NFL-caliber pass rush. For Garrett to make such a definitive statement means Sanders isn't just holding his own, he's thriving in these high-pressure situations. When a defender of Garrett's caliber expresses confidence in a quarterback's ability to compete with established NFL starters, that's not encouragement, that's recognition of legitimate talent. Jerry Jeudy's observations add another crucial layer to this story. Jeudy highlighted Sanders' growing confidence and precision, noting the dramatic improvement since OTAs and minicamps. But here's what makes Jeudy's assessment so valuable. As a wide receiver, he's intimately familiar with quarterback development. He knows the difference between a quarterback who's simply going through the motions and one who's genuinely mastering the position. Jeudy's praise focused on Sanders' mental growth, his ability to process information faster, and his increasing accuracy in tight windows, all indicators of a quarterback who's not just learning the system, but mastering it. What sets Sanders apart, according to these player testimonials, isn't just his physical ability, it's his mental approach to development. Garrett Bush noted Sanders' professionalism and maturity, particularly in how he handled limited reps early in camp. This reveals something crucial about Sanders' character. He understands that earning respect and opportunities in the NFL requires more than just talent. It requires the kind of professional approach that builds trust with coaches and teammates. Sanders' own words provide perhaps the most revealing insight into his mindset. When he spoke about having a deeper level of understanding and knowing that whenever I get my opportunity, I got to maximize it, he revealed the mentality that separates franchise quarterbacks from career backups. Sanders isn't just waiting for his chance. He's actively preparing to excel when that moment arrives. His focus on mental preparation alongside physical development shows a maturity level that typically takes years to develop. The most compelling aspect of Sanders' approach is his recognition that opportunity in the NFL is precious and fleeting. His statement about changing his mentality to focus on what I could do to get better demonstrates an understanding that success at the NFL level requires constant evolution and improvement. This isn't a rookie who's satisfied with making the team. This is someone who's already thinking like a franchise quarterback, understanding that every rep, Every meeting and every moment of preparation could be the difference between success and failure when his number is called. What we've witnessed with Shedeur Sanders isn't just another rookie success story. It's a masterclass in how elite talent combined with the right mindset can accelerate development beyond all expectations. Nick Wright's systematic breakdown of the quarterback competition revealed that Sanders isn't just the best option by default. He's actively earning the role through superior performance. Chris Broussard's urgent call for the Browns to unleash Sanders recognizes something crucial. Windows of opportunity in the NFL open and close rapidly, and hesitation often leads to regret. But perhaps most telling are the endorsements from players like Myles Garrett and Jerry Jeudy. When elite NFL players recognize franchise-level talent in a rookie, that's not encouragement. That's recognition of something special. Garrett's declaration that Sanders can compete with anyone in the league carries weight because it comes from someone who faces elite quarterbacks every week. Sanders' own mindset might be the most impressive aspect of this entire story. His focus on maximizing every opportunity and developing a deeper understanding of the game reveals the mentality that separates franchise quarterbacks from career backups. He's not just preparing to play, he's preparing to excel. The question isn't whether Sanders has the talent to succeed. The experts, teammates, and statistics have already answered that. The question is whether the Browns will recognize what they have and give him the opportunity to prove it when it matters most. Based on everything we've seen, Sanders isn't just ready for that opportunity, he's been preparing for it his entire life. So here's what I want to know. Do you think the Browns should hand Sanders the starting job right now, or do you believe he needs more development time? After seeing these expert opinions and player endorsements, are you convinced Sanders is the real deal? Or do you think the hype is getting ahead of reality? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one and love hearing your perspectives on these developing stories. And if you want to stay updated on Sanders' journey and other breaking NFL storylines, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. Trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next in this incredible story.